I almost forgot to mention this, and it's funny because my first OG Jordan that started this was a pair of OG Jordan 1s, and it was the 1985 metallic blue and white highs. I got them on July 9th, 2008, and we fast forward to April 2020, and I end the hunt with the original pair of Jordan 1s, and I think that's kind of funny, but man, it's really good to finally say that I completed OG 1 through 14. Little setup I got going over here with the Yeti mic and whatnot. But yo, what's going on everyone? Rolo Tornado Jr. aka dunksrnice. And this is gonna be a special one. This video is gonna be a special one because I can finally say I did it. I completed the OG 1 through 14, and man, I can finally say that after so long. 12 years to be exact, 12 years to be exact, but I finally completed the OG 1 through 14. Now, before I get into all the whats, the hows, the whys, how it happened, I did want to go in and mention a few things. First of all, if you are asking if anything is for sale, none of the shoes are for sale, nothing is for sale, so I'm just going to go in and put that out there. Second thing I did want to mention is that majority of these sneakers are in my size and some aren't, but I'll go into all those details later on in this video. The third thing I did want to go in and mention is if you've been rocking with me, then you know how special and how long I've wanted to complete the OG 1 through 14 for a very long time. It's been a very long time Jordan goal of mine. And if you are wondering why it's 1 through 14, not 1 through 23, or whatever current Jordan sneaker model they are currently at right now, because Michael Jordan ended at the 14s in the Chicago Bulls uniform. So with that being said, let's just go ahead and jump right into the shoes. And man, here they are. The original 1985 white and neutral gray ones in my hand. It's crazy to me because this was the very last original Air Jordan I needed to complete the OG Jordan 1s. The other crazy part is that these are size 9, which is my size, so I can wear them if I wanted to. The overall condition on these ones, obviously they aren't in the best condition, but OG Jordan 1 lows in general are probably one of the more rare Jordans to find in any condition. When they are up for sale, it's usually an expensive price. These ones, you know, it's such a simple and subtle colorway, and I think that's why I believe a lot of people like these a lot, especially the highs. These are scuffed, they have scratch marks, and the Nike logo on the tongue is pretty much gone along with that yellow midsole. And speaking of the soles, man, I don't really need to say much, but you can see that there is major heel drag and the hole through the sole. There's no stars or grip whatsoever, but again, these rarely pop up, so finding them in any condition is a must. The one cool thing about these lows along with the highs is that none of the other OG Jordan 1s have this swoosh material. They use this grip tape material for the swoosh, which is very different. On the lows, you have the Air Jordan logo on the back with that same grip tape material, and throughout the years of being worn, they pretty much rip through. As for the collars, they are still soft, so that's a really good sign, and it's not crunchy. For certain OG Jordan 1s, you have to have some expectations or standards. For myself, since this was the last OG Jordan 1 I needed, I was looking for any condition, any size, and it didn't even have to come with the box. My main focus was just to complete the set, and I could finally say this, that although I'm not the first and I'm not the last, but I finally could say that I did it, and man, it really feels good to say that. Last but not least, I have to thank two people specifically. The first person I gotta give a shout out and a special thank you to Shoutouts. Because of Scott, he's the one that putting me out in the direction for the last OG Jordan 1 I needed to complete the set. So thank you, Scott, man, I really appreciate it a lot. The second person who made this possible is Curated Van, aka Ty. He's the one that sold me this pair, the OG 1s, and man, I couldn't thank him enough. If you haven't followed Scott, make sure you do. He has probably, in my opinion, probably one of the best dead stock vintage sneaker collections in pristine conditions. And when I say pristine, I mean it looks like the shoes were made yesterday, and it's just crazy to me. So if you guys haven't, make sure to go and follow Scott. I'll put that information down below in the description. Lastly, make sure also to follow Curated Van, aka Ty's Instagram. He has a bunch of OG Jordans for sale, dunks, Jordans, babes, the classic good stuff that's hard to find, and that's pretty much how I was able to acquire these OG Jordan 1s. Definitely follow Ty. Again, man, I can't thank you enough for selling these OG Jordan 1s. Now, before I end this video, I want to go in and just thank all the new subscribers and supporters who's been watching and follow my channel since I started doing YouTube. I first started doing YouTube when it first came out, and then I stopped. I revamped my channel and I brought it back up in 2016, and that's when I did my very first pickup video. It's crazy because that was 4 years ago. 4 years ago, I had the small light set up, wasn't sure how to go about it or present it. Young Rolo with a messy setup. But you know, it's cool because it was me showcasing and completing the original OG Jordan 12 set, and with the support of you guys, the viewers who watches my video, and it basically made me continue and keep going. And I was hesitant at first to do it, but with the encouragement of you guys, that's something that I just needed. So here we are with the OG Jordan 1 through 14 completed. I mentioned some sizes aren't in my size because I got a really good deal when acquiring them, and it's kind of hard not to pass when it's a really good price. But my standards with OG Jordans was OG Jordan 1 through 4 could be in any size depending what sneaker model and colorway. Majority of the ones are in my size, but as you've seen, some aren't. If it came with the original box, that was a real bonus to me, but when it came to OG Jordan 5 through 14, it really had to be in my size with the original box in a clean or good condition overall. That was just my standard with OG Jordan 5 through 14. But of course, there were a few that weren't in my size, but again, it's just that price that I couldn't pass. So what's next? You know, to be honest, I've completed it, right? But now I want to go in and get a better condition for certain sneakers, or get my actual size for certain ones that aren't in my size. OG Jordan 1 through 4 can be an exception, of course, because that's hard just to obtain in general. The other probably would be hunting down pre-Jordan era, which is 1982, 1983, 1984 sneakers maybe, or having a signed pair in the collection would be really cool to own and have. But I do have some 15s, but more than likely I want to go ahead and go up through 1 through 23 and see what goes from there. You know, who knows? For now, I'm just really happy and content with what I have, and I just kind of want to go and enjoy it. And with that being said, I just want to go ahead and thank you, the viewer, the people watching my videos. Just want to say thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't. Oh, and one last thing, comment down below in the comment section of what your first OG Jordan was, or your first Jordan down below in the comment section. I actually like reading those comments a lot. Man, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Thanks for watching. Yay!